So let's start with Shastar Vidya itself.
Okay.
Okay, so if we go to the ancient texts, the Mahabharata, Shastar Vidya is described as Dharmasya Shastar Vidya, Sanjam Sad Uchate. Shastar Vidya is the essence of Dharma and it's the highest discipline. And Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj clearly stated that Shastar Vidya Jim Hoy Sambhalo. Any way you can preserve Shastar Vidya, these weapon arts. So these weapon arts are a direct link to our ancestors. They are, as described in the Mahabharata, the essence of Dharma. Now, Dharma in Bharat, in India, is spoken of as Sanatan. So let's go into Sikhi now. So Sikhi emerged with Guru Nanak, and the previous podcasters were gone through all that. Then, in times of Guru Hargobind, the sixth Sikh Guru, he got militarized after the martyrdom of the fifth Sikh Guru. Then we come to the times of Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj, and then the whole Khalsa nation was transmuted into a warrior nation. Now, after Guru Gobind Singh, there's a period of battles with the Mughals, the Persians, the Afghans coming in, and eventually Sikh kingdoms are established in the Punjab by late 18th century. And those kingdoms flourish. Maharaj Singh flourishes. So let's talk about those kingdoms, Maharaj Singh, in terms of the veneer it had. So Sikhism, as we know now, and a Sikhism as that was in Maharaj Singh's time, is different.
Really?
So what we had is, in that world, it was Sanatan. So when Guru Gobind Singh's writings talks about Sanatata Meri Prabh Safal, may my Sanatan Dharma be successful. Hindu Dharma Jage, Turk Dant Pajje. So these are writings of Guru Gobind Singh. So these writings are not so, the mainstream Sikhs now, not so familiar with it. But amongst the Nihangs, in Sablo Granth, Ugadanti, these writings exist. So in times of Maharaj Singh, he was well integrated with the whole Sanatan world. So you have the Golden Temple. You have Maharaj Singh gild the domes of the Golden Temple with the gold, but that's not the only place. The Vishwanath Mandir in Banaras, he also gilded. The Naina Devi, he also gilded. And thus he supported also all these temples and so on. He also contributed to a mosque, the Saneri Mosque, but he did not worship at the mosque like he did at those other places, especially the temples of Naina Devi, etc. so on. Maharaj Singh's time, Sikhi, as I said, was integrated fully with the Sanatan Dharma. Let me give it from a martial perspective. A Kshatriya, when they go to battle, they battle under flags. Now, I'm going to make this point, Kshatriya. I did a podcast previously, and I mentioned the Kshatriya. And in India, caste is a big thing. The caste people jumped on it right away, like Kshatriya means Khatris. I'm not talking about that. In understanding of Sanatan Sikhi, if you study Brahma Vidya, you are a Brahmin. If you uphold Dharma with a weapon, defend, you're a Kshatriya. Doesn't matter what, irrespective of your birth. It doesn't really matter. And if you are arthak, making money and contribute to society, then you are a Vash. And if you serve, then you're a Shudra. And the outcast Chandal is if you're a criminal, murder and so on. So that's the context they had.
And it's not decided by birth?
Not decided by birth. So you go back into the Mahabharata, you go into the Bhagavad Gita. There's a Vajra Suchi Upanishad, which completely dismantles all these caste elements. And the birth understanding did develop, but there was another side to the caste which did not acknowledge it. And when the British came, they emphasized the birth stuff, because the British is the old Roman stratagem of divide and rule. And this will happen to Sikhi as well. Once the British Raj happened, so the last kingdom to fall in all of India to the British was the Sikh kingdom of Lahore. And once they subdued them, they realized that these soldiers, Maharaj Singh's armies, were very well trained, not only in traditional Shastar Vidya, but they've also been taught by generals like Allard, Ventura, and so on. So they're well versed in the then European methods of warfare. They're well equipped. they're well trained, and they were matching the British. On the battlefield, they were winning against the British, but then with the betrayal in their ranks, the armies fell. So the British, never being stupid, they knew that they could integrate these soldiers into their armies, just like the Gurkhas. Then they have an advantage. So the British cultivated the Sikhs, to some extent the Rajputs and the Gurkhas and so on. And the British always from day one is playing off one Indian against another Indian and so on. And this is a divide and rule, and this has been going through centuries, and the Roman Empire was the first to have this understanding. So what happens now is that when the British comes in, they overhaul the whole education system, which is Sanatan, in the Punjab. They introduce a new language, like they start introducing Urdu and so on. And the education as such is designed to turn out people who will accommodate British Raj. Now the Nihangs, they're the one, that was the sticking point for the British.